I really did not want to make this video. Welcome back, Summoners. This video is a breakdown of the LoLwiz app update that I was talking about months ago. It is time for the review. You may be wondering why I am taking like 3 months after the update dropped to make this video. Well, I have my reasons. You'll find out if you watch the whole video. Before this review of the LoLwiz update, smash the sub button and leave a comment for the algorithm. We are in the 1,000 subscriber push, and I want you to be a part of it. I have had nothing but praise for LoLwiz and their updates. I said a lot of good things about LoLwiz as a whole, and I personally think there's a lot of good in this app. For example, every clip you see was clipped using LoLwiz. That's the primary function of this app. It saves clips for you to analyze or, turn into YouTube videos. The interface is small at the start of the game, but then it expands for the scouting report and the live updates during the game. I'll be honest here, I need to look at that more. I rarely pay attention to my secondary monitor when I'm playing. I need to learn to look at the other screen when I'm hitting a recall or resetting my camps. These features are all fine. I think that if the scouting report loaded a little faster, it would be a little better. If sometimes takes a little bit and then you won't be able to click out of it, and then it tilts me more than it really should. I really shouldn't fault this so hard, but it is worth mentioning. It actually almost cost me first blood in their invade here. The reason I was late to River was because I couldn't access the shop while waiting for the scouting report to load in, and yes, I'm aware that I stole that kill. That's how I got the name Slimeball. LoLwiz is still a fairly good app. I would say that it has stepped itself up with the recent updates. It offers a unique perspective, especially for casual and low to mid-elo gamers. LoLwiz is not trying to compete with the chart king Porofessor or give you as much data as a lot of the other apps that I talk about on this channel. In fact, LoLwiz actively tries not to give you death by charts, yet LoLwiz has stepped it up from just a clipping app. The most obvious aspects of this are the live game updates and post-game. The live game is a really nice touch. I am a fan, even if I don't personally pay enough attention to it. This type of change really brings the app to the level of Mobalytics and their live game updates. To each their own, of course, they're going to be a little bit different companies and all, but the concept of a live game update about your opponents is excellent. I really like how it has big color-coded bubbles that indicate who is ahead in lane. This is crucial if you are a jungler or if you need to know which lanes need a roam or help. There are plenty of good things on here, and I encourage you to check it out for yourself. I don't want to harp on this too much in this video. If you want to see my full take on this feature, drop a like on the video, and I will compare all of the in-game live updates available for any of these given apps. Now, when it comes to the post-game, I had an entire video discussing this before it was even out. Now, I can really get into the weeds and talk about the problems with this update. First of all, it takes forever to load. And by forever, I mean like 5 to 10 seconds, which is not a lot, but I noticed it's a little bit slow. The first thing that we notice is that there are 5 categories for honors: most CS, most damage dealt, MVP, most gold, and best KDA. Sorry, supports, you are screwed. If you are doing support things, you will not be featured up here pretty much ever. Nature of the job: accept your heart honor from the ADC and remain the unsung heroes of League of Legends. Or you could always pick Lux. Let's take a look at this damage dealt. Anyone think I actually did 344,000 plus damage this game? You're out of your mind. This is factoring in total damage, so it is really hard to figure out how well I did or get any impression of how well I performed, because if I just power farmed the whole game and ignored champions, well, it's a bit of a wasted stat. It is done for everyone though, so you're not just singled out if you're farming as a jungler. It's not done for damage taken as far as I can tell, which makes these a little bit more confusing as well. What really irks me about this update is the needs attention column. First of all, there are 2 things that are criticizing my farming: Not a Ranch Hand and Cultivation Conundrum. Love the names for those, by the way. Those are fantastic. It says that I average 2.2 CS per minute in a 40-plus minute game. That's literally 0.2 more than half a camp per minute. Doesn't quite sound right, does it? Until you realize that it's only taking into account minions. 92 minions in a 40-plus minute game would be around 2 per minute. It doesn't take into account the camps I cleared, which was 186 of my CS. If you do the quick maths on that, that's, about 7 CS per minute. Yeah, I think I farmed a lot this game. What do you guys think? As for the cultivation conundrum, I would love to see if the same thing applies, but I can't. I can't see it because some programmer messed up. The curly braces and the S1 are not supposed to be there. Obviously, this is supposed to be my CS per minute at 15 minutes. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. It didn't push through. If you were building a wall, and you framed it up, and screwed in all the sheetrock, and covered the screws with mud, and then you sanded it all down, and you've got your wall, it's ready to be painted, and you just didn't do it. Just left it as is. Yeah, it's fine. And you take that to your boss. You think your customer would approve? You think your boss would approve? Absolutely not. This update is unfinished. Where is the debug team? And just saying here, this is more for entertainment purposes. What kind of psychopath would name their variable S1 and still remember what it is, like 6 months later? There's a whole Seinfeld episode where they can't find their car in a parking garage because it's named in convention as something like this. I can't do it justice, I'm not a comedic genius, but look it up yourself. This message about lack of control wards is blatantly wrong as well. I even have myself placing one in a clip where I get a kill. LoLwiz literally contradicts itself through its own clips. I had such high hopes for this update, and I didn't want to make this video. Now you'll find out why. If you follow the channel, you know that I do talk to the developers of several of these apps. Well, I reached out to my LoLwiz contact on Discord at the end of August, addressing these issues. I included screenshots and a detailed explanation about these bugs. 2 months later, I still have not heard back. I've been holding off to cover this update in good faith. To give the devs time to fix these bugs before I gave a review, nobody asked me to. I held back because I didn't want to comment on an unfinished product. I also have been building up this app, and I kind of have to go against my word on this, and I don't really like that I have to do that. So it's a little backwards. I don't like contradicting myself, but I don't really think I have a choice because it's been so long since this update came out. Ironically, I didn't want to contradict myself, but I can't wait to make another video that says these issues have been fixed and contradict myself again. I just can't sit idly by and endorse an app that I have seen have this many issues for this long and that I've been praising for a while now. So while I'm not revoking my stamp of approval for LoLwiz, I will say that I do expect more from LoLwiz in the future regarding this app. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff, 1,000 subscribers, standard YouTube outro, and see ya.